The Aura Farm of Doom by slow-mo ballerina twirling around those shurikens, throwing his sword right through the three of them once they perfectly lined up. And if that wasn't saucy enough, the little gangster lands on the sword that he threw with one foot and starts glaring at her with the moonlight basking in his aura. Now,
what is good, y'all? Some legendary cousin duos that I can think of, RDC Mark and RDC Leland, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and then you can't forget them Uchiha cousins, Itachi and Shisui. And today we checking out a video from Kage the Don talking about them. Today we have when Itachi and Shisui humbled a group of Anbu from Danzo's Foundation. And I remember this fight, bro, and they were, if I'm not mistaken, they were young, like grade school age. And they embarrassed some grown or mostly grown Anbu. And then Danzo's was some of the highest of the high Anbu. And these two kids handled them. Now, if y'all enjoy this, make sure y'all hit Kage the Don with the goodness. That's like, comment, subscribe, share. Lock that in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it. And if y'all enjoy my reaction, please do the same for your boy. Let's get to it.
Okay, so boom, the scene kicks off with Itachi and Shisui swinging
young
through
as
the vines
hell,
like Tarzan
bro,
while mapping out the details of their mission. Shisui starts explaining that they need to keep their eyes peeled for any clues until this giant snake comes hissing at Itachi. But if there's one thing we know, snake sushi is Itachi's favorite dish. So he takes his mini toothpick ass blade and slices that snake up like it's nothing, then keeps it pushing. After swinging for a
hey, it's got to be a correlation of Uchihas and violence against snakes, bruh. Like Itachi, violence against Orochimaru. Sasuke, violence against Orochimaru. Man, remember what happened to Mando, right? Never forget, bro. It's something with these Uchihas and snakes, especially the giant ones.
Bit longer. They finally find some tracks to follow, so they begin to investigate some more on some real man tracker shit. Sasuke quickly finds a snap twig and explains that in
who?
On some real man tracker shit. Sasuke quickly finds.
It's funny because they look alike. That's definitely no. Like you look at this shot, that really could be Sasuke, bro. With Kage, that's Itachi.
Finds a snap twig and explains that it must be from the fugitive they're tracking. But Shisui immediately shuts that man down, letting him know that that is in fact a decoy that was placed there to throw them off. Hence the clean cut at the end of the branch. That nigga Shisui is better than me, cause they would have caught my ass. Would have started skipping happily in the decoy direction, feeling very accomplished and cocky. They then find some more clues, and believe you and me, these niggas are going into details like we're gonna give them a grade or something. Explain your thinking for full marks, ass niggas. Talking about some
the moisture that's on the stone can tell us just how long ago he was here. From the moisture.
And you lost me. Just locate the nigga. Damn, doing all.
I'm never tracking somebody that well. I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. Never.
This Sherlock Holmes stuff teasing me before the main course. No, really look at this. He talking about.
You smell that?
Smell what? The snake you just gutted a couple meters ago? Yes, we smell it. Itachi, don't piss me off today. Fast forward a few hours and Shisui and Itachi are now sitting at a campfire, chopping it up, having some good old bonding time. That
like cousins should do.
The two of them hear a very alarming sound coming from the distance. That sound of metal clanking quickly locked them back in on their goal. So they rushed to put the fire out and ran towards the noise to get a closer look. And upon further investigation, they find a leaf Anbu who's been getting quickly.
Hey, y'all think Smokey will approve of how he put this fire out? I'm sorry, I just thought about it. He put it out real quick. You gotta make sure that there are no embers, bro. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Locked them back in on their goal. So they rushed to put the fire out and ran towards the noise to get a closer look. And upon further investigation, they find a leaf Anbu who's been badly injured and trapped by some wire. They immediately rush over to his aid and cut the thread, letting him know that they're here to help him. But then out of nowhere, 3 more masked up Anbu emerge from the darkness with their weapons out, looking like they're ready to draw blood. So Itachi looks over to Shisui and asks him if this is part of the mission mission because this is feeling a little bit too real. So Shisui quickly responds to him and lets him know that that's because this is real. But instead of running home to cry to his mommy like any normal 7-year-old would have done, this nigga Itachi is over here sizing them up ready to take them out. But mid-size up, one of Danzo's Foundation members zipped a kunai to the target's head. Thankfully, it was just a water clone, but he really seen his only hope were 2 kids that wouldn't be able to legally drink even if they combined their ages, and knew immediately he had to get up out of there ASAP, no rock.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Also, I'm sorry, but like, I think Itachi and Kakashi are the only 2 with cold Anbu masks. Everybody else masks be looking goofy as hell.
So Shisui, upset that they were really ready to kill that man in front of him, quickly becomes enraged and whips out his legendary Sharingan. So Itachi, like the real ride or die he is, clenched his fist to say, and I quote, "You bum ass niggas couldn't fuck with us on your best day, so go ahead and try it." So the 3 Anbu step forward, then simultaneously pounce on them, and just like that, the throwing of the hands has commenced. Itachi dodges a swing and blocks the other, then he eventually breaks free from her pressure and tries to slice her mask off, but she was able to jump out the way just in time to avoid the sword, then dart a kunai with the wire strings attached to it right at Itachi's face. So Itachi dodges it with ease, then quickly gets back on his feet to get ready for her next attack.
He already plotting. He already getting his idea together, bruh. Also, like, why you putting the cloak back on? Bruh, the Anbu fit is so hard. I'm always gonna be without the cloak, bro. It's too clean.
He then starts talking some smack while taking off her robe, asking him how dare you.
Oh, that's a different one, my bad.
And how they won't show any mercy, not even to children. But little does she know, she's not talking to any old regular child. So my boy Itachi won't need any of your mercy. All he's gonna need is a bedtime story and a nice warm cup of mommy's cocoa after whooping your ass. We then cut to the 2 Anbu that are ready to take on Shisui, and man, are these niggas pathetic. Imagine trying to 2v1 a kid. You have zero shame. The ninja with the bob charges at him first and starts trying to slice Shisui up, but he is blocking every attack with 0 difficulty. Hold on. Why is he attacking him at this angle? Niggas trying to slice his snake off. Oh, not kill this one.
Why you running, slicing at a snake with that thing tooted up a little bit,
Why
bro?
is he attacking him at this?
Why you look like you running like Devil Man Crybaby, bro? Like, you remember how, if y'all seen it, where you know how they was running, same form.
This angle, niggas trying to slice his snake off. Oh, not kill this one first. While Shisui's deflecting the odd one's blows, the one with the post-prime Undertaker build jumps in the air with his sword cocked back and tries to chop Shisui in half. But Shisui's...
Hey, Undertaker was one of my favorites, bro. You didn't have to do him like that. Also, I feel like when I said A, I sounded like Big X the Plug just a little bit. In my headphones, damn.
Swiftly jumps back to avoid the attack, then damn near teleports to him and kicks the fuck out of his neck. Now this nigga didn't move, but you best believe he felt every square centimeter of that size 5.5 foot on the back of his neck. Peep the little neck rub he did after, you know he's hurt. Kick that nigga right into a monologue. He not even trying to throw hands no more. Talking about something.
The one that your little friend is fighting is a kunoichi who's unrivaled within the Foundation. If you don't stop him quickly, he'll die. So retreat.
You were just ready to slice.
See, what that really was him just, he had to say something because his neck was stinging that bad. He's like, no, hold on. This gonna be distracting if I try to keep boxing. Damn.
Him up. What happened? Nigga done recalibrated your system with that kick. You're on plan B now, huh? We then cut to Itachi, and that little boy is cooking so much that I had to lock in just to analyze this jump. Itachi holds off this woman with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, then proceeds to try and stab her with his kunai, which gets blocked. So he smoothly glides across her back to the other side, trying to draw blood with his sword this time, but she quickly interrupts his momentum by leg sweeping him to the ground before he could connect the blow. He then dodges a stab attempt, forces her to back up with this sword swipe and this kick, then pops back up and tries to do some real damage, but she weaved the first swing, then blocked the second. She then flicks this nigga back like 30 feet and starts chucking a bunch of shurikens his way, so Itachi has no other choice but to activate his Sharingan and lock in. Now he's watching no other choice but to activate.
Like, can we be for real for just a second, bro? Just a second. Like, let's be in all seriousness. Like, this nigga's adorable. Like, he got the Sharingan active. He got killer intent. But like, he looked like he just looked like a little child, bruh. Like, damn. Chibi ass nigga.
Now he's watching all these Sharingans orbit around him while also weaving any that come too close. He soon hops off the boulder he was perched on, weaves one more attack, then tries to chop her down. So she quickly jumps out the way and begins to run up the mountain. But this little boy Itachi is hawking her down like a child that knows you got games on your phone. This must have been how some of Chucky's hawking her down like a child that knows you.
What was the name of this? I'm sorry, they brought this up. It was Extreme something, bruh. And they used to show, like, they used to kind of break down animals' anatomy and show just how incredible, like, they're now. Like, I remember they did it for a cheetah, and it was like they put features on humans that cheetahs have, like, to equate them. And we be looking goofy as hell, but like, it shows just how crazy these animals are. Also, this was the old Animal Planet right here. I grew up watching this. I fucking hate the surprisingly human Animal Planet that we got and that I think we still have. This was the best animal. I'm sorry, bro. I'm an Animal Planet kid, all right? So seeing the Animal Planet the way it is, it pisses me the fuck off.
You got games on your phone. This must have been how some of Chucky's victims felt. Just running for your life while a little pocket-sized demon chases you.
I punched the hell out of him.
Would have kicked the shit out that nigga so fast with acute accuracy you would have thought I was Ronaldo. Itachi quickly catches up to her, so she beams 3 needles at him that he easily dodges. Then she charges at him and tries to slice his chest meat, flips over him, then fails again with another lackluster sword attack. While still in the air, she throws
ain't connected nothing.
But this nigga proceeds to hit the aura farm of doom by slow-mo ballerina twirling around those shurikens, throwing his sword right through the 3 of them once they're perfectly lined up. And if that wasn't saucy enough, the little gangster lands on the sword that he threw with 1 foot and starts glaring at her with the moonlight basking in his aura. Now, as clean as this was, the Anbu he is currently up against is unfazed and unimpressed because she's got one more trick up her cooter. It turns
up her what now? Also, like, nah, bruh, let's be real. We seen what Itachi used to be doing, bruh. He's a master at kunai and shuriken jutsu, all that, bruh. So her throwing those in was like, bitch, I might not be old enough to have seen the old scrolls, but bitch, I done studied them.
Turns out this whole fight, every single shuriken and kunai that's been thrown his way was not only intended to hit him, but mainly to set up a giant trap of wire threads that would tie him up. And all she had to do now was cut this one wire to activate the trap. So she put her sword on the wire, waiting for a reaction out of Itachi. But his face was as straight as mine when someone tells me that YB and Namir is their rap goals. That nigga didn't move an inch.
You can hear that with a straight face. It's definitely.
Matter of fact, he wants you to cut it. So that's exactly what she did. But when the trap started to form, it wasn't Itachi that got tied up, but instead herself. She could not believe that not only did he evade getting tied up, he somehow made her get caught up in her own trap. Talking about some what? How? So Itachi says, and I quote again, I told you I'm that nigga. That's how.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's straight out the anime too, word for word. That's what we then cut to Shisui, and he's still down there playing with his food, deflecting and weaving all these ninjas' attacks. But now that he knows Itachi's safe and sound, ready to spectate, he's ready to kinda get serious and wrap this fight up. So he flips back and boots up his unique teleportation jutsu, and now a bunch of Shisuis are running circles around them. They originally assumed that these are shadow clones, but they eventually realized that these are unique after image clones, meaning that they must be able to sense the original. But that nigga was clearly lying, because as soon as he said this, one of the Shisuis popped up out the circle and gave that man a ferocious back kick. He manages to block this sword swing too, but ultimately gets put to sleep when another one teleports behind him and karate chops him in his neck. Undertaker is now struggling to fend off these Shisuis, so he decides
this kid was playing with y'all. Y'all were toys. Y'all pretty much been in this man's toy box the whole time. Like, damn, bro, this is tragic. He's like, oh, my little homie good? My little homie. All right, well, he unwrapped up. In case, you know, he couldn't handle that, I was going to get over. You said she was like the number one, so I was like, I don't know if he going to be. I'm like normally, I'm 90% sure he going to be good. You said she was the best. I was like, that's about an 80. Let me make sure he all right. Oh, he good? Okay, now I can beat the fuck out y'all. Come here.
It would send the Shisuis flying. But once the water dissipated, we see that all the clones are still all up in his face. But not only that, they are posed up in the most eerie, freaky, creepy, all the E's way possible. Like, look at them. Why are they holding the sword like that? They are staring into my soul. Now, I've seen this before. They getting ready to sacrifice this man. We then see that the real Shisui is right behind him with a sword to his back talking that smack, but just before he could rip his spine out of his body, Shisui hears the whistle from the Jonins that were supposed to be watching from above, meaning they finally realize that their original mission has been compromised. So the Undertaker takes his unconscious comrades and skedaddles off into the dark, thus bringing about the end of this fight. Overall, a nice little peek into the legend Itachi's childhood backstory. Itachi gets an A++ out of me. The nigga was 7, saucing these ninjas up so bad while also saving lives. Well, put an asterisk on the saving lives part, because when he dodged this specific attack, he actually let a needle pierce bro in his chest, and by the looks of it, that boy is cooked. But he talking about some, I'll be fine. Yeah, fine in heaven, brother. That shit is busting right through your left atrium right now. You got 30 minutes. Shisui also gets an A++. I really wish we got to see more of his unique rendition of the body flicker technique. If he was this cold at this age, I could only imagine the things he'd be doing in his prime, but I guess we'll never know. And finally, the 3 Anbu get a D for getting mollywopped in a 3v2 against literal children, who also just so happen to be 2 of the most legendary talents in Uchiha history.
I don't really want to know.
I mean, I guess they as bad as them ninja that kidnapped Kushina, right? Because they got her, ran off, and only person who knew where she was why the fuck can I not think? Minato. Oh my god, bro. I had his name in my head for a second and then I lost it. Minato was the only one. He pulled up and dropped them. And you know, it's gotta suck to be going against child prodigies, bro. It really do. Like, you worked your whole life. You climbed the ranks of the Anbu. And then you pull up on 2 kids and get dropped, get embarrassed. This man, like he said, he was saucing, flying through the air, and landed on his own sword and on your shuriken. And he's 7. Like, understand, when you went on your first mission, he might have still been in his dad's balls. That's how bad that is. Bruh. Like, this man he can't get on rides at Six Flags. But yet he's saucing you up in a fight. Ooh, but at the same time, like, look at the 2, bro. And then, I ain't gonna lie, like he said, them eyes that Shisui had, I would have gave up. Like, all right, let's keep it. I don't know what I'm feeling on my spine right now, but I ain't fucking with this child no more. You got it, big bro. You the big bro now, all right? I know you like 5'4", 4'6". You 4'6"? Yeah, nah, you really more like 8'9". You got it. But look, if y'all enjoyed this video by Kage the Don, make sure to hit them with the goodness, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Lock it in by hitting that bell. that is the goodness. Hit them with it. And if y'all enjoyed my reaction, please do the same for your boy. This be your boy Reggie Wolf. I am signing out. Peace.